Good afternoon. We are team number 2, and we're going to present Phytoremediation and Bioremediation for groundwater contamination. Right. Okay, so introduction to groundwater contamination. Groundwater is a critical source of drinking water. Contaminants, contamination sources are from industrial waste, agriculture, like pesticides or fertilizers, landfills, leakage of underground tanks, and common contaminants are heavy metals, hydrocarbons, chlorinated solvents, and nitrates. Here's a visual example of how groundwater contamination is produced. What is phytoremediation? Mediation. This uses plants to clean up polluted water and soil. It is eco-friendly and solar-driven process. It is applicable for shallow groundwater within the root zone. Some plants can absorb harmful metals, while others help break down pollutants. Countries like Germany and the US use this method in small polluted sites like old industrial areas.
Phytoremediation mechanisms. Phytoextraction uptakes of metals. Phytodegradation is the breakdown of organics by plant enzymes. And rhizofiltration is the contaminant uptake or absorption by roots. And phytostabilization is preventing spread of contaminants. As you can see in the picture in the bottom, there is an example of the mechanisms. Okay, pros and cons of phytoremediation. The pros or advantages is low cost, aesthetic and green solution, and solar powered. And the cons for limitations is that it's low, it only treats shallow groundwater, and contaminated biomass must be managed. Okay, so what is bioremediation? It uses microbes to degrade or detoxify pollutants, can be situ or on site or ex situ that it's pumped and treated, and it's suitable for deeper contamination in various organic pollutants.
Well, bioremediation strategies and natural attenuation, it relies on native microbes. Biostimulation, it adds nutrients or oxygen to enhance activity. Bio augmentation, it introduces specialized microbes and it works well with hydrocarbons, solvents, and nitrates. Well, real world case studies. In USA, biostimulation used to clean TCE at Dover Air Force Base. In Germany, willows clean heavy metals, CD and CN near mining sites. In Japan, sunflowers used after Fukushima to absorb cesium. In Canada, bioaugmentation removed diesel from industrial soils. When to use each method? Use phytoremediation for shallow contamination and metals or nutrients. Use bioremediation for deeper contamination and organic compounds like oil and solvents.
Okay, combined method, rhizoremediation. When you use both plants and microbes together, it's called rhizoremediation. Roots feed the microbes with natural sugars, and this helps them work better. This method is good when you want to clean both organic and inorganic pollutants. Plants plus microbes equals better cleanup. Root zone supports microbes and improves pollutant breakdown. Okay, the challenges and monitoring. For the phytoremediation, plants must survive toxic soils. For the bioremediation, needs right pH, oxygen, and temperature, and both require long-term monitoring. These methods are imperfect. Plants may not grow well in polluted soil. Microbes need good conditions to survive, like the right pH and temperature. You also need to monitor the site for months or years. Okay, as we've seen in these presentations, both methods are sustainable, effective alternatives to traditional cleanup. The choice depends on the contaminant type, depth, and site conditions. The combined approaches are very promising, but it also needs to continue the research and monitoring because they are essential.
Okay, let's begin by comparing pure methods and bioremediation with the traditional remediation techniques. The traditional methods like pump and treat system or excavation are widely used but have serious limitations. They are very costly, consume a lot of energy, and requires heavy equipment. Often this approach just transfers the contaminations elsewhere inside of eliminating it completely. They can also damage ecosystem and disrupt local communities during cleanups operations. In contrast, remediation and bioremediation are eco-friendly, cost-effective, and less invasive. And these methods are especially useful when resources are limited or when you want to clean a site with a major construction or disturbance. Now let's look at real examples from Latin America where these methods have very already been applied. For example, in Mexico, research teams from UNAM and Politecnico have sunflowers and grasses to remove heavy metals like leads and zinc from mining areas in Zacatecas and Guanajuato. In Peru, vetiver grass has been used effective in mining zones to absorb arsenic from the soil. And in Colombia, bioaugmentation, adding specific microbes have been applied to clean oil or spills in rivers like the Magdalena. And here's the reference. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.